Title: The Lunchroom Table. A modern-day story of courage, kindness, and what it means to truly belong. It was the empty chair. They say high school is just a memory when you grow up, but some memories feel fresh every time you walk into a room and wonder where you belong. That was true for Maddy, even years after graduation. She was 32 now, working as a team lead at a popular marketing firm in Melbourne, Australia. Yet the ghost of an empty chair at lunch still followed her like a whisper behind her shoulder. Because cliques don't just exist in school. They evolve, dress better, and sip their coffee with polished smiles. But they still exclude. They still wound. And they still whisper when you leave the room. It happened at the lunchroom table. Every Friday, Maddy watched it happen. The same table. The same 4 women. All carefully dressed in heels. All sipping identical flat whites from the boutique cafe downstairs. They called themselves the Core 4 in their group chat, which wasn't private enough to keep the interns from hearing about it. Jules, the team assistant, wasn't invited. Neither was Ravi from accounts, who spoke with an accent and liked cricket more than football. And definitely not Belinda, the quiet one who stuttered when nervous and still brought her lunch from home wrapped in cling film. One day, after a tense meeting about a failed campaign, Maddy overheard laughter. Not just the usual kind, but that mean-spirited chuckle you recognize in your bones. She turned to see Belinda slip on her way out of the room, papers flying everywhere. The Core 4 didn't offer help. They just giggled, sipped their coffee, and whispered behind their phones. Maddy had a choice. She always had a choice. She walked past the popular table and bent down to help Belinda gather her papers. That moment felt like slow motion. The air in the office stilled. Even the clock seemed to pause. "Thank you," Belinda whispered, not looking up. Her voice was tiny, embarrassed. Maddy smiled. "We're on the same team, remember?" And that's when the tables turned not just socially, but spiritually. That's why cliques don't just hurt, they wound souls. In the corporate jungle, cliques wear lipstick and high heels. In the church, they hide behind prayer circles. In school, they sit at the back of the bus. But no matter the costume, cliques cause damage. Galatians 3 verse 28 reminds us, "There is neither Jew nor Greek, slave nor free, male nor female, for you are all one in Christ Jesus." Yet somehow, we still split ourselves up into corners. Corners of class. Corners of culture. Corners of comfort. The thing about cliques is, they feel like belonging. But they require exclusion to function. And that isn't love. That's fear dressed in friendship's clothing. David knew it well. "Even my close friend, someone I trusted, one who shared my bread, has turned against me." Psalm 41 verse 9. We forget that every time we exclude, mock, or stay silent, we turn against someone's soul. This is what has been entered into Maddy's journal, only one of her many entries. "I used to want to be part of them. I'd laugh at things I didn't think were funny. I stayed quiet when they made fun of others. I told myself I was just keeping the peace. But peace built on silence isn't peace, it's a prison." Jesus never stayed silent when someone was left out. He sat with the woman at the well, dined with tax collectors, and made friends out of fishermen and failures. So why do I keep choosing comfort over calling? Today, I chose something different. I sat next to Belinda. I saw her smile for the first time. I felt like I'd broken a generational chain. Not just for her, for me. Everyday truths and gentle lessons. True belonging doesn't require conformity. If you have to change who you are to fit in, you're not fitting in, you're shrinking. Standing up might cost you something, but silence costs your soul more. The group that gossips to you will one day gossip about you. Choosing kindness over clique power is harder, but holier. Cliques are the devil's counterfeit for true community. They look like friendship, but they breed fear and judgment. You can experience this technique for yourself. Maybe. Try this today. At your work, church, school, or even in your family, notice who is left out. Then do the exact opposite of what the crowd does. Walk over. Sit beside. Ask a gentle question. Share something small of yourself. Pay attention to what stirs in you when you do this: fear, shame, nervousness. Don't push it away. Let it rise. Notice it. Then let it pass like a wave. That rising emotion isn't weakness, it's the breaking of the old groupthink pattern. Watch what happens. You'll start hearing your own voice again. And it'll sound like heaven. Now it's the new table. Months later, the core four was still at their usual table, but something shifted. More people now sat at Maddy's table. Belinda brought banana bread she baked herself. Ravi cracked jokes that had everyone laughing from their belly. Jules helped design a company-wide kindness initiative. And Maddy? She just sat back and smiled. That empty chair that haunted her from high school? It was now filled with someone who thought they'd never belong. Takeaway just for you. You were not made to fit into a clique. You were made to create a community. Soul reminder. You are all one in Christ Jesus. Galatians 3:28. Even my close friend has turned against me. Psalm 41 verse 9. You don't need permission to sit at the table where Jesus is dining. There's always a seat just for you. And you? You're the one he's calling to pull out a chair for someone else. So lift your eyes, because God is doing a new thing in your life, and it is greater than you can imagine. Penned by Gary Conan Doyle. In worship of God's wonderful glory.
Hey, thanks for listening. If you're still here, something in this story or song clicked with you. So here's a little secret. When you hit thumbs up, it tells the YouTube gremlins, hey, more of this. And if you subscribe, it's like saying, yeah, I want in. So go ahead, tap like, hit subscribe, and make sure you don't miss what's next. Because this ride, it's just getting started.